Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be checking out Logitech's MX mechanical keyboard versus a more budget alternative called the ProtoArc K300. So both of these keyboards are going to be amazing in pretty much every aspect, except the main difference is going to be the price tag. The Logitech goes for $140 to $160 depending on if you get the mini versus the full-size keyboard, and the ProtoArc goes for $80 as of making this video. So it's going to be almost a 2x price difference. So if you're on a budget, this is actually going to be a pretty important video if you're considering getting a mechanical keyboard. So usually the first thing you'll notice between a budget and an expensive keyboard is the build quality. However, with the ProtoArc versus the Logitech, the build quality is actually quite solid on it. It's made of aluminum on the sides, and then it's also made of a durable plastic material on the top. And then in terms of key wobble and actual typing experience, it feels very firm and you don't really have much, if any, key wobble, just like the Logitech mechanical keyboard we have here. So in terms of build quality, both of these keyboards are pretty much on par, and that's a pretty high bar to meet because typically Logitech's keyboards are all very high quality, especially their flagship models, and I'm very surprised to see that the ProtoArc is actually living up to the Logitech standards. And then of course the design is going to be different as well. In the ProtoArc, you can see that it has this more fun vibe to it with these orange keys and then black and gray over here. And then the Logitech one here is going to be very subtle and sleek. So it really comes down to a design preference on what you prefer. So now one of the most important features of a mechanical keyboard is going to be the typing experience. The ProtoArc here comes with red switches and red switches only. And the Logitech here comes with 3 different options. You can get them in the reds, the browns, or the clickety-clackety loud blues. Now here's a typing test to see what the ProtoArc reds versus the Logitech browns actually sound like. So as you can tell, both of them sound great and very pleasing to the ear. Now the next thing to cover is going to be the connectivity options. So with the Logitech, you're going to have your standard Bluetooth connectivity as well as a USB dongle. Now the USB dongle doesn't come with the Logitech keyboard. That's something you have to purchase separately. ProtoArc comes with also 2 Bluetooth profiles as well as a dongle that is attached to the back of the keyboard, and then you can also use the keyboard in wired mode if you prefer. Both keyboards are going to have a wide variety of connectivity options, so you can connect with either of these devices, your phone, your tablet, your desktop, whatever devices you have. Either of these keyboards are going to be able to handle it. Let's cover some of the keyboard shortcuts now. So with the ProtoArc, you're going to notice right away that this thing has a volume knob / mute button. If you twist it, it adjusts the volume, and if you press it, it mutes and unmutes the volume. And then you're going to also have some dedicated media controls for pausing and playing and skipping tracks next to the knob. And then if you look on the top of the keyboard here, you can see that there are going to be some shortcuts such as print screen, open a file, search, and some of the more standard features is like adjusting the brightness. And Logitech is pretty much going to have the same features. The only difference is it's not going to have an adjustable knob, which I definitely like the knob. It's very tactile, it feels natural, very easy to use. And the Logitech isn't going to have that. So in terms of the media controls, I would definitely give this one to the ProtoArc. Now in terms of the software, both of these keyboards are going to be able to have a lot of customization settings. The Logitech has software that works both on Windows and Mac, but the ProtoArc only has Windows software. You're not able to have a dedicated downloadable software that you can use with Mac. That's kind of one of the downsides of the ProtoArc, but it's not really a deal breaker because this keyboard works really good without the software. I would say both of these keyboards actually work well without the software. It's only if you have like a lot of customizable shortcuts, that's where the ProtoArc kind of follows behind if you're a Mac user. If you're a Windows user, then the ProtoArc is going to be just fine. So that's the ProtoArc versus the Logitech. $80 versus $160. That's double in price, and for that price tag, it's definitely not worth it to get the Logitech because I wouldn't even say it's better than the ProtoArc. The build quality is good. The amount of features the ProtoArc has is pretty much on par with the Logitech. So if you're on a budget, then I would seriously consider getting this ProtoArc keyboard. Highly recommend it. I've been using it for the last few weeks now, and before this I was using the Logitech, and I feel very comfortable using this thing. So if you're trying to save some money, definitely check this one out. I'll leave my links down in the description below. If this comparison video was helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.